Hello, you all. This is Christopher Finley from AdventPreaching.com, and I am excited to show you all what I've been working on. By the grace of God, what we have here is a solution for some of our problems. Have you ever tried to plan a sermon and wonder, how do you start it? How do you have your outline? And recently I've been praying to God about this 7 keys to highly effective preaching, 7 steps. Okay, you have your introduction, you have your problem, you have your solution, you have your main point, you have your application, you have your conclusion, you have your appeal. So what we did was we designed a sermon outline. So it goes introduction. So you write down your introduction. You write down the problem. How does it connect to the great controversy between good and evil? Solution. How do you point the solution in the sermon to the biblical solution and also to the solution in Jesus? Main point. So here we have main point, where what's that key phrase that you have to repeat over and over again? We have application here. So how do you apply it to our lives? How you build a bridge? Conclusion, and then appeal, a call for transformation. So this is the Advent preaching sermon outline that we have. But I have even greater news, better news. What we have here now, this is brand new. This is the sermon book. So you ever thought about all your sermons in one place, an easy sermon book that you could have that not only has pages for notes, but it has pages also for your sermons. Right here on the right hand side, you put your key notes. Right here, you have your sermon outline. At the top, we have that Advent Preaching, brand new Advent Preaching logo. We have the date right here, the date when you preach the sermon. Then we have the sermon title right here. You have your preaching text, and you go through it step by step. It has numbers. Number 1, introduction. It's kind of hard for you guys to see because it's backwards, but we'll figure that out. And when it's done and it's filled out, it looks like this. So literally, you could mark it up, you could highlight, you could put it where you like, and you could take this into the pulpit and use this 1-page outline. Not only that, you have a whole book of outline. So this sermon book, this is the solution for people wanting to keep their sermons in one place. So now you have a simple sermon book that you can get. This will be available on Amazon.com. Special Advent Preaching branding right there, Advent Preaching. And this is where you'll keep all your sermons from now. So this is introducing the sermon book. You can get it. You can put right here, you can put your sermon series. Like right now we're doing a sermon series on Ephesians. And then down here you can put the date, sermon book inside. So I already put in here June 2023. So this is what we're introducing to you all. The new sermon book by AdventPreaching.com. We want you all to check it out on Amazon and go through the journey with us. We're going to be journeying through the book of Ephesians. And at the end, we're going to have a sermon on every chapter. And the good part is that we'll have it within our sermon book. And with your sermon book, we'll have bigger ones, smaller ones, and larger ones. As of right now, the sermon book, it has 52 sermons, so that's good enough for 1 year. But we could even have smaller ones like this, where you just put your smaller sermon series in the smaller one. So the good news is that it's going to be available at Amazon.com. We're going to share the link with you all. But if you want to order one, you could leave a comment or you could message me and add this to your sermon library. What a blessing this is going to be. So we're going to be now using our sermon books to do our sermons, and we're going to keep them organized. So imagine you have your library, you have your file where you have your different sermon books year after year, and anytime you want to reference a sermon that you did in the past, all you have to do is pull out your sermon book and have all your sermons there. What a blessing this will be. So the first sermon I'm working on is for Ephesians chapter 1, calling it Letters of Life. So I'm actually taking this one, which I already did, simplifying it now, and it's going in the sermon book. Amen. So again, if you want to get one, leave a comment, DM me, message me, and these sermon books will be going out to the public shortly. We already have some of my friends who I shared this with. They're like, you know what? I need one of those. Let me get one. So blessings. And I want to invite you all to like and subscribe our YouTube channel, Advent Preaching / AdventPreaching.com is our website, but YouTube.com/Advent Preaching. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. Join us for this new series on Ephesians, where we're going to be going through the book of Ephesians and working on sermons that you can actually use for your local church. So not only will we have a sermon book, but we'll also be helping you step by step through this journey on Ephesians. And next, a little hint, we may also be going through the book of Romans. And I have a friend that is specializing in the book of Romans over here at Andrews, and we may have him on to start from there. But blessings, God bless you all, and I just want to thank you all for your continuous support. Like and subscribe, and be sure to share this video and this channel, this ministry, with a leader that you know. Blessings. Signing off.